Hello, Sam Owens here with another helpful tip. And this time it's on room fans, air circulating fans. This happens to be a Vornado mid-size whole room air circulator fan. It's really excellent for moving air in a vortex manner instead of just straight blowing out. It spins the air around and gives the whole room air movement, and so you just about feel the air comfort moving around in the room. So it's an excellent product, and we've got a couple of them. But like anything, it has to be maintained or you're going to not get the full performance out of your fan. Over time, if you don't do anything to it, it's going to lose its performance due to dirt and dust. Yes. So I'm going to show you how to maintain your fan products in your house. It's very simple. It doesn't take a lot of tools. A nice paintbrush or some kind of a soft brush, a screwdriver. And this is a magnetic tip. You don't really have to have this, but I'm going to show you something about how I use that. It's going to require a screwdriver, number 2, to take 4 screws out of the back of this. It's not complicated at all, and you can't reassemble it wrong, but you're going to look at some key things I'm going to tell you that's going to make sure you get everything right. So let's begin. I suggest a bath towel, either an old one or something that you can lay down so you're not scuffing up the fan when you lay it down to take the screws out of the back, okay? So I have one here on my workbench, and what we're going to do is we're first going to look at the fan and see how everything is orientated. Notice when everything is assembled correctly, vortex is written straight across, not upside down. Important. I don't think you can assemble it wrong, but we're going to make sure you don't. Reassembled. Okay, on the back, vortex, or Vornado, I'm sorry, Vornado is written straight across. So the two should line up. When you look at them, they should read the same. So if the front is upside down, then you need to turn it over so it's reading correctly. That's not hard. I think that's the first thing you're going to do with any fan is make sure you see how it's how it's assembled before you start. Take your iPad or cell phone, take a picture of things in different ways. If this is the first time you've used a screwdriver to take something apart, and you want to make sure everything works back. Okay, now, what you want to do first is clean the outside of the fan first before you take it apart. You can clean all of the areas, and it would be much easier to clean the front and the back and all over with it assembled. Okay, so what you do is you notice all these spiral bands. You can, while you're doing this, plug the fan in and turn it on, which will allow the dust to fly out of there. And you could put it probably on medium. It's gonna, or if you can handle high would do the best. But sound level, I'm going to keep it where you can hear me. Now, I just go along and clean all the blades going in the direction of the spiral, like this. And that's knocking all the dust and dirt out. And you want to do this periodically during the time that the season that you're using the fan. You can just look at the fan, and if you see accumulation of dust on it, then it's time to clean the fan. Okay, now we want to go to the back of it. if you'll notice, you have spiral vanes all the way around. This is the secret of this fan, is it spins the air, which is really great. Okay, now just go all the way around like this, following the contour of the fins, and you just keep on going. Move the fan around so all that dust is flying out. You might want to go out on the porch or in the garage like I am, so you don't get all this dust in the house. And don't forget the insides. And if you have a different fan, this will probably be a helpful aid in how to clean a fan. You want to get all this dust off, because the dust is going to stop the air smooth flow that it needs to do its job. Okay, and so a nice cleaning will make the performance last a long time and give you the comfort you're looking for. So if your fan starts acting, or you go and you look at your fan and see all the dust on there, you're going to want to do this. And we're going to take the fan apart to be able to clean the inside of the fins, and also, important, the blade. That blade is a strong pitched blade, as you'll see, and it gets dust accumulating on the edge. Well, then it does not give you that full, smooth volume of air needed to perform like it's supposed to when it's brand new. So you're going to make it like brand new. All right, now we're going to, at this point, unplug the fan. We have cleaned as much as we can on the outside, every surface of it, and we've looked it over, and it looks pretty clean from the outside. Now we're going to go to the inside. Again, lay the fan down any particular way. I suggest like this. You don't need your brush. Move your tools out of the way so you got room. Have you a little place to put your screws, and lift the pedestal up like this, all the way up till it's like that. This will give you full access to the 4 screws. There's 2 on the bottom and 2 at the top of it. Now there's also a pin right here. It's a pin that fits in a hole. It's just a guide pin that makes sure that you cannot put the fan back together wrong. It won't go to put it back together. So let's take it apart. I'm going to start right here to the right of the pin and see how I have it orientated. And I just unscrew it. It shouldn't be too tight. Now you're screwing into plastic, so be careful. And it's good if you've got a magnetic screwdriver, because look what'll happen is it will pick them up out of there. Now if for some reason it didn't pick them up, what I did is I had a magnet at the end. You could like that and pick them up. Okay, that's the first one. Now I go over here to this side. There's a hole right there. And on your fan, if you've got a different one, look around the rim and you should see some screws, and normally it'll be around 4 screws. 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. Okay, that didn't want to come loose. And if they don't come out, when you turn it upside down, they may fall out. So that's why you want to, or you can try and your fingers can't get in there. So if it doesn't come out, that's okay. When we turn it up, we're going to be able to, I'll show you how they come out. Now turn it around and get the other 2 screws. Now this is the top of the fan where your hand goes in to pick it up. So you see you don't have that little tab that would fit in there. Okay, and again, that one came out okay. What happens is the plastic, when you first take them out, there'll be a ring of plastic that is holding it, that's still at the end of the screw, and so it's kind of a little problem there. But you're still going to get the fan apart, so it's no problem. It's just you don't want to lose the screws. So be aware that if it doesn't come out, like say that one doesn't want to come out. So I've got 2 screws in there that when I turn it, when I take this off and I turn this over, it's going to end up falling out. So see how that comes out? Okay, and I can put this over to the side, and now when I turn this up, I'm going to look for my screws to fall out. There's one. That's why you want to be in the center of your whoop, and on the back was the other one. So they will come out, and you want to make sure you have 4 screws. I do. So that's why you want a towel, so you don't have to go finding the screws. All right, now we're in a position where now we can clean the front of the fan blades, and these blades that are inside with our brush and everything. Now here's where we do not want to turn this fan on while these blades are exposed. They're sharp edges, so do not have it plugged in. Have it unplugged when you take this apart. You don't want power going and having this to spin while you're cleaning the blades, okay? Very important. All right, now you can see how this has a lot of buildup on the blades. See, they're quite dirty. I haven't cleaned this before since it was new. So this gives you a good example. That is starting to affect the performance because the air is turbulent as it goes across the blades, and this is not cutting smooth. So now I just simply knock that dust off with my brush, and you could even take a little damp rag if you felt like you wanted to and clean the blade. Don't spray anything. There's a motor down here. You don't want to spray stuff in there. But get as much as you can get off of everything down in there. Okay. And the back of the blade. All parts of the blade. And you can kind of feel. Okay. Now, I'm going to go down in here and kind of work around like this. And don't damage the blade. See, that's kind of wanting to hit it, so you don't want to nick the blade, so be careful and clean the inside as best you can. Now see, that's probably a better deal, is not hitting the area. You might want a smaller brush for this area to get the inside. Okay, and get all you can get off. And then you could have a rag. Let me get a rag. Got one of these microfiber rags, and they should be real good for cleaning and getting those blades nice and clean. Just a little bit of time and you're going to be surprised at the performance that your fan is going to do. And you're going to notice it not doing the job that it used to do when it was brand new, and you're thinking that something's happening to it. Okay, now, once that's good, I don't know if you can see, there's a lot of dust on the insides of that. So now I'm going to get, look at there, it's just flying. Now you can get aggressive with this. Might want a mask. You know, because this is, if you've got allergies, this is going to really accentuate them. Okay. And then look it, examine it. You could even go over and make sure that everything is clear. And Just clean it up good. There's looking nice. Okay, now we're ready to put this baby back together. At this point, get that up once I get it to where I want it, and then line them up like that. It lined up with the pinhole there. So this is a good way to actually put it. Put that down like that. Have this orientated with Vornado that way. Line the pinholes up. Whoop, right there. Okay, it's lined up, and so the screw holes are all going to be lined up. And now I dump them out here so I can get to them easy. Now what you want to do is get this out of your way. Get your screwdriver with the magnetic tip. Put it in there like that, and very carefully do the right of the pin. And here you want to get it started straight. So very carefully start screwing it in gently, and it should start going in easily. And when you feel a little resistance, stop. Get the next screw, turn it around to the opposite side, and go to the farthest hole over to the right, and put that one in. Same way, get her started straight, and just down till you feel the resistance of it bottoming out. And don't over tighten it. You just want to feel the resistance. Right there, I feel the resistance. Now I can do the one on the left. Go in there. And here we go. Don't cross thread it. Get her started straight. And then there, I feel the resistance. Then come around and get the next one. The one to the left of the pin, which we didn't get yet. Okay, and then I'm going to give it just a little bit of tightening. Don't crank down on it. Very important, because you're going to strip it out, and you may want to take this apart a few times. It's better to have it a little bit loose than over tightened. Okay, there we go. Now, this goes down like that, and now we'll plug her in. And again, Vornado. All 4 screws are in and snug down. And now we're going to turn her on. That's fast. Oh yeah, nice and smooth there. A lot of times we just put it on the low, and it just gives us a nice breeze in the room wherever we're sitting. So you explore the best place to place the fan, and it will really perform for you. But maintenance is a key thing, so look at your fan. If you have one like this, you know exactly how to maintain it. All right, take care until the next time. Thanks for watching my video.